Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to Season 4 of our Subscribers Game Tournament as we continue here in Round 1 action in Group E. And for the 6th and finals match, we have a matchup between Han Disloyalist in the green versus Trivenicus in the red. Now both players are coming into this match 2-0, undefeated players, playing for bragging rights of winning the group and better seeding in the next round. And they have both qualified as we have pretty much the group ranking set up already. Now, for Han Disloyalist, he's bringing in Liu Chong, Zhang Liang, and Mu Lu. So once again, a mix of Han General, Yellow Turban General, and Naman General. And we have a lot of cavalry and elephants for this one. 2 Chen Peacekeepers, so a little bit of crossbow range option as well. 6 Tyrant Slayers to help kill generals. 2 elephants, and we have 4 wolf packs, which are essentially cavalry, spear, infantry. They have 50% extra speed, 50% extra charge when they're fighting together, and that pretty much makes them match some of the cavalry speed. It's not going to be perfect, but they're going to be very fast. And of course, we have Show of Force, and Mulu is going to have his elephant. Pretty strong comp, especially against infantry options. Then looking at Trivenicus comp, we have those infantry options. We have Infantry of Jing from Sima Ai's comp, from the 8 Princes DLC. A very interesting setup. We rarely see this. They're not strong. They're pretty much similar to Liu Bao's infantry. Very, very similar. Almost a clone. And then we have Pei Wen Shao, who has 2 Guardian of the Land, 1 Horseback Archer, and then Cao Cao's bringing 4 Tiger Cubs. So unfortunately for him, I think Trivenicus' comp is pretty much doomed. The Elephant's going to eat all the infantry, no problem. The cavalry is going to lose to the cavalry on Han Disloyalist side, and then the generals don't really have any smash ability. So even though Pei Wen Shao has those debuff and buffs and has high health, Sima Ai is going to have a weird skill set. I believe he has some champion skills and some commander skills. He's basically 54k health as a champion, so high health, a lot of support abilities. If this was an infantry versus infantry fight, then I think Trivenicus stands a better chance, but this is an elephant and cavalry fight. So I fear that this match is pretty set. I don't even know how Han Disloyalist can misplay this. He could charge his Tyrant Slayers into the Brace Spears, but highly doubt he will do that. So let's see how this one plays out on the battlefield. Now, as we load into game here, we have pretty standard deployment. A few forward advances by the Tyrant Slayers on the side, hiding in the forest. No big deal. The rest of the cavalry and elephants in the back with their infantry, the wolf packs in the front, kind of scattered. Wolf pack needs to be together to kind of activate this bonus. 50-meter range. I mean, it's not too small, but I guess they're just getting good range coverage with their javelin. Mulu on the side, John Al over here. Then looking at Trivenicus' comp, he has his infantry of Jing. Poor guy's going to get tossed by elephants up here, and then Guardian of Land back behind, supported by a couple of his cavalry. In terms of cavalry quality, it's a little bit lower. In terms of unit quality, is also a little bit lower. So unfortunate matchup for him. I mean, a lot of this comes from unit choices in terms of the generals that's selected. Like Sima Ai, he's a mix of strategist, commander, champion, just like Pei Wen Shao is a mix of, I mean, technically he's built like a champion, but then he has strategist abilities and then also commander ability. It also gives short cooldown. Technically, this comp is interesting in that you can do triple unyielding earth, and because of the shortened cooldown, they actually can have 100% unyielding earth uptime. We'll see if that plays a factor, because you know there is a little bit of charge resistance. I mean, there's a ton of charge resistance on this, but they have to be like really well braced, or they're dodging the Show of Force really well, which is good. Fire arrows coming out. There's not a lot of trees. He might actually burn himself. Like I can understand the idea behind this. It's actually kind of interesting that you get 3 strong generals that are capable to fight on foot. They have no really good abilities, but then you have basically unyielding earth active 30 seconds, right? 120-second cooldown is the usual cooldown, but with Cao Cao, it's only 60 seconds. So after those initial 30 are up, the second activates theirs, and then 60 seconds rotation. And then once that first 60 is done, you know, you have the third one, and then everyone can just cycle through. You have technically 100% unbreakable uptime, but I'm still not sure about Sima Ai being part of this comp, because the unit you're given is just going to be Infantry of Jing. If he can recruit, say, like Protector of Heaven, maybe? Yeah, this fire is backfiring. Like, they're actually landing their unit right next to a fire source. This is actually a terrible idea. They're engaging. I'm surprised how patient the elephant has been. I think most of the micro so far has been on Show of force. And we have active wolf packs charging out. Also not the best idea, especially shooting it into melee cabs who are technically not afraid of this. You actually shouldn't turn away, but they should never be charging these in the first place. Here comes the elephant. Stay still, and use the abilities. So I theory crafted the strategy, but Trivenicus didn't want to do it? Well, look at that. Look at that. They're dead. Way too late. They're unbreakable, but what about charge resistance? And the general's gonna try their best to kill off the elephants, but here comes the Tyrant Slayers, I'm guessing. The infantry is coming in to back it up. Show force. So damage. Actually, some of the piercing killed the elephant. Well, basically, the elephant traded into the infantry. The unbreakable helped for sure, but I think it could have been better, right? If you're gonna do 100% uptime, you should just have it on. The second one's on. Actually, it's way shorter than what I even thought. It's not just also, it's overkill, because both of them also have Inspiring Surge. So I don't even know how short the cooldown is, but I think it's definitely 100% uptime. But like, it's even shorter than the perfect uptime. Alright, we got the dismounted. So the generals can win these fights. Not only are they dismounted, just that, you know, they're 100% evasion. They're unbreakable. They're trying to kill the generals pretty quickly here. Can they do it? Can they do it? And also Wisdom River from Perenshaw. It's just the Tyrant Slayer is going to be a big problem. But if they fight within their infantry, maybe they can pull it off because the elephant's mostly done. It's just Mulu running around now. Show force. A lot of piercing damage being blocked by their own units. Yeah, they're just going to try to thrive within this cluster of infantry. Well, they should not leave. Going to kill off a couple elephants. Remounted. Interesting choice. Alright, they're trying to keep up the range block chance, but here comes the javelins from the wolf packs. Charge damage goes through evasion, so the initial charge is very important to land. They all have remounted except for Salzhal. I would have preferred if they stayed dismounted with their infantry and constantly pulling those bonuses. But they're running out of infantry at this point, and they're just kind of overwhelmed. Good slam. It works better when he's dismounted, or else Hamstring doesn't actually have that effect if he's mounted. Now it's just these Tyrant Slayers. If they can continue to cycle charge, he's just going to try to pick his fight. Still a couple elephants left, just trying to clean up these. You can see Talsal has already fallen. He has the lowest health between the three, which makes sense. The strategy is still kind of on. It's not going to be perfect 100% uptime, but like with both of them having Inspiring Surge, you can still have very high uptime on that. Yeah, you can see the cycle charging. They're just out of units, and he's not unbreakable, so he's done. Army loss kick killed him. Now we have one unbreakable, and definitely the strategy falls apart because the unit dies. And the unit dies because the elephant charged in. Although I don't think it would have changed the outcome, I think if the strategy was we're going to just use the unbreakable, we're going to use the charge resistance from Unyielding Earth, then all three generals should have been dismounted. All the infantry should have been put together in like maybe a box-like thing. And then when the elephant come, just activate, make sure you're all braced. And then you're dismounted, so if the enemy general wants to come in, they can't really get a fight. The only flaw with that is just Leotron's going to have free time shooting at you all the time, which is going to be super annoying. Very smart to cycle charge these. Overall, I think it's just a comp difference. Interesting strategy being pursued, but just not going to work. I mean, it's unfortunate on many levels. Infantry running into elephant is unfortunate. Generals running into Tyrant Slayers, unfortunate. Ooh, execution style. being thrown back, and then the 6 cavalry comes in with 4 times damage. Oh, they issued a duel. Okay. The Sima clan versus the Liu clan, 2 imperial relatives of their respective dynasties. Let me turn off the UI here. Ooh. Ooh. What a kill animation. What a way to end the fight. There's some really nice kill animations. I mean, that's one of the rare ones. Usually you don't see that one. I think it has to be a sword versus spear matchup, which just doesn't usually happen in dueling in standard campaign, because you're not usually dueling with your commanders. I mean, sentinels, yes, but oftentimes your sentinel's not using a one-handed sword. It went pretty much as expected. The elephant came in. I wasn't expecting the unyielding earth comp. Like, after looking at the 3 generals' abilities, I think that's what Trivenicus was going for. Interesting idea. I don't think Samai and his unit were the best choice for this. Is there a better alternative in my mind? I'm not sure. I think if you really just want to go with another unyielding earth, maybe another commander would have been okay. I mean, you lose general capabilities there, but you get better units, which I think counts for a little bit more. And if they were going to go for this strategy, like I said, they needed to stop the elephant charge to be so devastating in the beginning, and using the unyielding earth before that initial charge would have been crucial, and not moving the infantry. I know elephant's interaction is not like cavalry interaction. It's not the same. Like, it's the brace aspect. It's just not going to stop the elephant from dealing damage, but it's going to give charge reflect. It's going to return damage on the elephants. And then with charge resistance, it prevents you from being knocked back, and that's definitely going to be helpful against elephants. And you can see that after they took damage, they were pretty quick at killing off most of the elephants right after, when they were unbreakable and fighting back. So I think it would just have been better if they were able to use it beforehand. And I think when they were all triple dismounted, they were actually in advantage with the enemy generals having to come into your nest of infantry to fight you. And that's probably what you wanted. The minute you pull out and let those cavalry hunt you, that's when your generals take way too much damage. And then once a couple of them dies, the strategy falls apart, because all 3 needs to be alive to pull off that strategy constantly. And I just don't think it's going to happen. It's too hard to pull off, but the theory crafting behind it's very nice. It just happens it ran to a very counter composition here. So a good match here to wrap up Group E. We have Han Disloyalist embracing the dark side and winning the group with a 3-0 record. Trivenicus is still advancing with 2-1. Peppa Pig Gaming has a shot to advance, and Sunyoya unfortunately is now eliminated. We'll have a 1-day break, and we'll come back with our final group, Group F. Once those matches are done, we'll move on with the announcement for the round 2 draws, as well as the round 2 rules, as we'll have a very interesting map in store for round 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you all then. Bye!